IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with film crews. Did you know that the film industry has a 12-hour shift? That means that they have to work a minimum of 12 hours each day. And very often the shoots can extend way past 12 hours and they have what are known as 1.5 shifts, which equals to 18 hours of working at a stretch. Us in office-based jobs normally complain about working 8 to 10 hours. I had no idea about these shift timings till I started spending time with a lot more actors in Bollywood. It's only then that I realized just how hard they work, how difficult their job is, how much madness is involved in making a film. Right from the crew to the director and the actors. Everyone is working tremendously hard to get the project completed in time and in budget. And I was helping out a friend recently for one of her auditions. And I was in charge of the camera work and lighting because, of course, I have all that equipment at home because of the YouTube videos. Now, she spent a good half an hour practicing in front of the mirror, getting her script ready, getting her tone ready, getting her expressions just right for that audition. Then, when we started shooting the scene for the audition, it flowed so smoothly. She delivered everything perfectly, and I was actually blown away. Right there in the first take, everything was perfect. Now, after reviewing the scene, she said, let's do one more. And with this take, it improved a little bit more. Now I'm going to try a different accent. Let's see if that works. And we did a take 3 with an accent. And no, this one didn't go as well as the first 2. But then what she did was she did a take 4. And then finally she was done and ready to send that audition to the casting crew. Now this got me thinking. All through my podcasting life, I believed that if I made no mistakes and got the podcast recorded in the first take perfectly, I was a boss. However, after spending time with my actor friends, I realized that a second and third take was not about the flawless performance. It was not about the mistakes that you made in the first take or the second take or the third take. But it was about enhancing what you already made. It was about looking for those little things that could elevate the thing that you've created to a whole new level. And very often in our lives, we do not reassess or retake things that we have done. Think about that project you were working on in college or that presentation at work. How many times did you review it? How many times did you retake it? How many times did you edit complete sections out and deleted it? What changes did you make? Did you try some different way of presenting your thoughts? When creating something, it is essential to reflect and rework what you have done. Because the first iteration was just part of practice. When you go through it and improve it, it's when the real magic starts taking place. The difference between being moderately successful and very successful is this. They get into the habit of improving what they've created and not being married to that first version of it. So your super simple habit for creating something new starts by getting into the habit of having a take 2 and a take 3 and maybe a take 4. Don't be so attached to the first version of whatever it is that you do that you are not willing to change and that you're not willing to improve it. Don't be so attached. And that is the reason why the film industry does multiple takes on the same scene. There is so much to learn from this insanely hardworking film industry.
Usually in a podcast, it's me who speaks to you and you who listens. But I've been seeing your comments and it's time. It's me listening to you. Following the overwhelming success of this podcast, the good folks at IVM Podcast Network have decided to come up with a Kannada adaptation of the show. For those who prefer listening to it in that language, do make sure you let your Kannada speaking friends know about this as well.
Now, if you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am at Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. We have a brand new habit coaching online course, quizzes, videos, and a lot more on the website awesome180.com. So check it out now.
Hello. It's been another great week here on the IVM Podcasts Network. On Shunya One, Sheeladitya asks Arham Pratap Jain, founder and chief trucking officer of Trucknetic, about his entrepreneurial journey. On Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, Cyrus, Ayushi, Sriram and Abbas, that's me, comment on how an American man quit his dream job at Netflix simply because he was bored. On Press Decode, Sara, Vagda and Prafula discuss the controversy around former BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma's hateful comments. On Postcards from Nowhere, Utsav discovers the bizarre connection between Jesus Christ and the deadly militant organization LTTE. And on Ek Chuski Finance, Priyanka teaches us the basics of asset allocation. We've got some exciting news for you. IVM Podcasts has just launched its merch, and our first line is out now. Head to the IVM Podcasts website and click on the Shop tab to check out our first collection of t-shirts. Do follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platforms you're listening on. And you can also check us out on YouTube. We're also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you respond to our shows and advertising on the network. We would really appreciate it if you could spare a few minutes to fill it in. It helps us build better shows for you. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week. SBI Life Insurance, Apne Liye, Apno Ke Liye. Jupiter, a digital banking app. Capgemini, get the future you want. Intel vPro, built for business. And Intel, future banao wonderful with Intel-powered laptops.
There's a quick survey to fill out on ivmpodcast.com/survey. It lets us know a little bit more about who's listening to us. And you know what? We're going to do a few prizes. So, we'll do a random drawing of maybe 10 people and we'll send you all some swag. Remember, that's ivmpodcast.com/survey where you can fill out this